Hi, and welcome to Math Movies with Ms. Feuer-Beck and Ms. Veluti. Today we will be dividing fractions by whole numbers. Here's an example of an equation that's a fraction divided by a whole number. 1/2 divided by 3 equals blank. And just like we've done with other types of division problems that involve fractions, a really helpful way to get started is to turn your division problem into a missing factor problem. So in order to do that, I'm going to change this problem into blank times 3 equals 1/2. And that's the same equation. It doesn't make sense to say how many 3's are in 1/2, but we could ask ourselves a different question. We could ask ourselves, what number times 3 equals 1/2? Or in other words, what number, when multiplied 3 times, will give us 1/2 as the solution? When working with division problems that involve fractions and missing factor problems, it's really helpful to use a story problem to help us understand the context. Here's an example of a story problem that matches the equations above. 3 friends equally shared half a pan of brownies. What fraction of the whole pan did each friend eat? Additionally, it's also really helpful to use a visual model when representing division problems. So here below is our pan of brownies. This rectangle is going to represent the entire pan of brownies. And we have 3 friends that are sharing a half a pan of brownies. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break our pan of brownies in half. And I know that the students, or the friends here, were equally sharing a half of it. So this part that I'm shading in yellow, that's the part that was still in the pan when the friends came home from school and they decided we're each going to have an even share of the part of the brownies that's left in the pan, this half a pan. So now we need to figure out if each of the friends shared it equally. How can we show that using the visual model? I'm going to show that by breaking the half the pan of brownies into 3 equal parts. That means that each friend ate one of these size pieces, the part that I'm showing that's shaded now in green and in yellow. But how much of the whole pan is that piece? One technique to figure that out is to extend these lines across the entire pan, and now we have the same size equal pieces for the whole pan. So if I were to try to figure out what is this piece, well, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 equal sized pieces. And if I'm to take one of those equal 6 pieces, that's the same thing as 1/6 of the whole pan. So when I'm saying 1/2 divided by 3 equals 1/6, that's like saying if 1/2 of the pan of brownies is left and we're dividing that among 3 people equally, each person will get 1/6. Another way to think about it is 1/6 times 3 equals 1/2. And we can look at that by thinking, okay, I have 1/6, and I'm going to do that 3 times, and I have a half a pan of brownies. So that was an example of dividing fractions by whole numbers using visual models.